Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is time for the big one, the XCAL All Star event. A lot of money, a Buttkicker Gaming 2, and a whole lot of bragging rights on the line here tonight. 27 drivers qualified for this event. Some were voted in, some drove their way in last night. And they are all getting ready, getting out on the track, getting that last minute practice. And it wouldn't be an all-star event without another person in the booth tonight. We have got Gerald Thanos Poole in the booth with us. Gerald, how are you feeling and how's your team looking?
Well, we got Latoro, we got Jose starting from the back. So, we got two people to work together, and I think this is, these are the types of races that you need somebody to be able to work with. So, and with the way this race is structured, it should be interesting to see how it all works out.
It's definitely going to be an interesting night of racing. We have seen it here in the past. Guys going 3 and 4 wide, coming through the turns. It definitely gets. Michigan just gets sketchy in these cars because everybody with the money on the line, with the prestige, with the butt kicker on the line, everybody's going to the absolute limit.
Oh, yeah, I think you're going to see a big pack of cars for 25 laps, and the first person that blinks is probably going to have a pretty dramatic effect on everybody else in the field, or at least a lot of people in the field.
That is definitely the case. Some new paint jobs out here as well tonight for the big event, and a lot of familiar names. Obviously the best of the best of XCAL Racing taking it on. Your team has 2 people in here. JNS has several. A lot of teams, multi-car representation. If you had to pick a team out, and let's set aside your team because we all know you're going to vote for your team to pull this one off, who would be the second team you would think could pull it off?
JNS has a lot of cars in the field. They have a lot of good drivers, and I've raced with them before in these types of races, and I would have to think that they have some sort of plan together to be able to find themselves where they with a win.
Well, that is definitely true. We've seen a lot of teamwork in the past, and looking in the comments, I have to do this. Man, I see William Mann Sr. in the comments. First time back in quite a while, buddy. I am so glad to see you on here. So glad you're doing better, and you just keep up the good work. You'll be back on track in no time. Good evening to Richie Joplin. Matt Bear out on track. Matt has already parked in Victory Lane. I guess he thinks this one's all his.
This looks like planting a flag in somebody's football field.
Well, we've got one of the drivers available to talk to. It looks like Nicholas Seams, who got voted in last night, is in the green room. We'll see if we can get a quick word. Hey, Nicholas, is Doug and Gerald in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Hey, college kid, you going to come out here and show the old men how it's done?
Yeah, hopefully sitting on the pole, hopefully I can do something with that. And with that as well, I'd like to shout out my dad, Jason Seams, Joe Campbell, my grandparents, and all of my teammates that helped vote me into this.
Definitely got, a big turnout for voting, but you come out on top of that one. You got to be really excited about that, knowing that the fan club came out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I didn't really expect to get that many votes, to be honest, but I was astonished when I looked at results day, and I was just super excited.
All right, who's going to be faster tonight, you or Flying Ryan?
I've been doing a little better than him in the recent races, so hopefully I can keep that up and possibly win this thing.
Well, man, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Again, just want to shout out those people who were able to vote me in. Shout out my Uncle Ryan, too. He helped vote a lot. And shout out to Buttkicker for really helping host this All-Star event. And check out the web shop if you want to get any interesting merch.
Awesome, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Octavio Rondoletto, and I know you've spent a lot of time with Octavio there, Gerald, so I'm going to let you get a quick word with him. Octavio, it's Doug and Gerald. You got us?
Hi guys.
Hey, Octavio. I know we've had some things going on together. Have you guys got any kind of plan together to maybe get together and do what you need to do to get to the front?
Oh, this is a hard track to race. There are so many cars and the price is really big. So yeah, I will try to work with your team and Lautaro to take the lead or to be in the front early, because this is hard to overtake in the end of the stage, and we won that prize and we won that Buttkicker prize as well.
Well, good luck tonight, and I hope you're able to get your stuff together and get up there and show us what you got.
Thank you. Good luck for Flaming Karma too, Lautaro, and thank you for the organization, XCAL, and Buttkicker for the prize.
Octavio Rondoletto ready to go here tonight, and it looks like the Mad Bear. All right, well, I've got to ask him. Hey, Matt, it's Doug and Gerald in the booth. What are you doing, man?
Hey, I'm just practicing my slide into victory lane tonight.
So it's going to be a Matt Bear All Star event, huh?
Yeah, we're going to high side hustle them here tonight. We got the best looking paint scheme out here tonight. Got to give a shout out to Gerald for that as well. He done a phenomenal job with it. So we're going to go put on a show for everybody and go to the top side and show them where the speed is at the end.
I have to ask the obvious question. 3 stages, 3 prizes. Which ones are you going to pull off here tonight?
Oh, I'm obviously going to go shoot for the money. If we're up there at the front for the first one, we'll go for it. If not, we'll push somebody to victory. But we're definitely going to go for stage 2. I've already got one butt kicker from XCAL from the Well PD last year, so hopefully we can go out here and repeat that again tonight and find a way to make up for last year's unfortunate events at the All Star race and coming home third.
Well, buddy, good luck tonight. I know it's a big, big night for all the drivers. I know you're excited, and obviously you found your way to victory lane. Hopefully you can find your way back there before the night's out.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
The Mad Bear gets ready, just 30 seconds away from everybody taking to the grid. Gerald, any final thoughts here?
There's some people popped into the field that kind of surprised me. I see a surprise name. Number 7, Zach Edwards.
That is a big surprise to see Zach back out here. And another surprise would be, Austin Edwards is up there, but he does not have the full team out here. The guys that he's usually working with, they definitely can't pull off that Whale PD trick again.
No, but I mean, I'm telling you, with the size of field that we got, I'm predicting a lot of 2-wide racing. I can't imagine much 3-wide racing until you maybe get those last 5 laps in a segment, and we'll just have to see how that works out.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing from Michigan. Up front, we will have Nicholas Seams and John Friley. Flying Ryan and Albie Hewins have the second row. Brent Meckes and Joe Campbell on the third row. Stephen Rex, Octavio Rondoletto have the fourth row. Zach Edwards, a surprise entry, and Jeremy Gilliott rounding out the top 10. Kendrick Cryer and the Mad Bear 11th and 12th. Alex Crapser in 13th. Austin Edwards in 14th. Lataro starts 15th. Jose Godino in 16th. And a bit surprised, 11 of the 27 cars that had the option to race tonight not here. As they stack back up, and Gerald, I know you've been in these cars on this track, in this draft pack, the cars on this legacy track. The track gets bumpy, things get sketchy early. Can they hold on to get some heat in those tires?
Yeah, the newest setup is actually really stable, and it's really stable in the pack. So, yeah, I think I'll just go back to what I said. I think it's going to be too wide, sort of safe racing, and see what rolls out by the end of 20 laps, and then go for it from there.
That has definitely been the case in the past, but you always have those one or two drivers that come charging through the field, being extra aggressive, and there are some drivers back there been known to come through fields, just come flying by. So things could get interesting. That first segment, 25 laps, $60 on the line for the winner of that. And at the start of segment 2, the top 4 drop to the tail end of the field and invert. So it's going to be an even bigger struggle for those guys.
Yeah, let's see what happens with this start here. I think everybody's going to kind of race it safe, but I think there are probably some guys in this field that are pretty determined to be up to the front, so it may be interesting.
It definitely could. The iRacing pace truck about to hit pit road. The college kid, Nicholas Seams, leading his uncle, Ryan Seams, right behind him. John Friley and Albie Hewins on the outside of the front 2 row. Great job by Albie, who's been picking it up all season. No points tonight, though. It's all about the gold and the money. And here we go. Towards the start-finish line they come. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away for the All Star race.
Yeah, I think we got those Seams is already giving each other a kiss.
And we've already got somebody moving to the bottom, making it 3 wide. That is the 7 of Zach Edwards, a surprise entry. Zach is on the move tonight, already up underneath Joe Campbell.
Yeah, he's a really solid driver, too, and when he gets determined, he can do a lot of stuff.
That has definitely been the case in the past. Good evening to Kevin G. Good evening to Tanya Gleason is here. Steve Seams in the stands. A whole lot of Seams fan club. It's going to be a Growly cow out of turn 4 to complete the first lap. They're going to go 4 wide already.
Yeah, they're getting a lot rowdier than I thought they would to start this race, but yeah, they're going 3 more wide.
They definitely are. Man, that is gutsy this early in. Don't believe even in the All-Star event they have any fast repairs. So that does make things interesting. It's a little bit brave to be making these moves this early.
Yeah, it would be tough to get your car beat up in the first segment and then have to suffer through 2 more segments with a lot of damage.
Well, we've seen it in the big races here in the past. These guys get 4 wide, stay 4 wide, and of course, briefly mentioned it earlier, obviously not going to happen this time, but we have seen Austin Edwards and EHP, that team actually managed to get 4 wide at the front of a field and control the pace for 75% of a 400-mile race. Not enough teammates out here to do it tonight, but you get a couple of good people working together, there's no telling what they could do.
Yeah, I think there's 2 of them right now, and that's 7 and 27. Not teammates, but, these types of races with the lack of teammates can bring some alliances forward that you might not have thought about, but it makes sense to me.
No, it definitely does. As Jilliet gets a little loose, gave Zach a bit of a bump there. Everybody manages to get him gathered up, and Gerald, I know you were in the All-Star Open last night. Was there a lot of patience there?
I did not race in the All-Star Open. I had a car on pit road. I was there to watch my other drivers, and there was, ultimately netcode kind of played a little bit of a role in it, but there was definitely some impatience even with that small of a field.
That does tend to happen, and when we get to the big end of the year event, which will be under a new name this year, that's going to be exciting because we will see big fields. The entire public is invited to come out for that. And last year, I think there was well over 100 drivers, and that got really, really nuts. These guys are at least used to running with each other, kind of know what to expect, but I do know from races past, this is when guys decide to become very unpredictable, and to keep everybody guessing, as Matt Bear heads to the lead on the high side with a big push from the 18 of Austin Edwards.
That might be another one of those alliances you never thought of, but here it comes.
Kind of makes sense to see Matt Bear and Austin Edwards. Those two have a similar fuel strategy, oftentimes a similar race strategy, but we've never seen those two really working together, especially on this kind of a track. And of course, can't count out Joe Campbell, who won that season opener last season in 22. Always up here in the fight. The J&S cars really bring it when it comes to the restrictor plates.
Oh yeah, when they practice a lot together. I've been part of that organization, and they do a really good job of being able to race together and put themselves in the right position at the right time.
And it looks like Austin Edwards now up into fourth. Nicholas Seams, Ryan Seams dropping back a little bit here. It is early in the race, and Gerald, I've seen you do this in the past. We've seen drivers really early on drop to the tail into the field, draft their way back to the front, getting some practice for that big run later on.
Yeah, I mean, there's two different strategies, and I think with the way these segments are formatted, with the inverts and everything like that, there may be some people thinking about bigger picture and looking for what they can pull off in the second and third segments.
It is interesting to note Albie Hewins at the tail end of the field, and this is a bit of a shock. Albie right at 1 second behind the leader, Zach Edwards. Of course, we've got a couple of guys back there, Octavio, Lataro, Jose Godino. That group back there just hanging out for the time being, playing it safe, but usually we see a bigger group drop off and stay about a second back. Everybody's staying in this lead pack here early.
Well, obviously with Jose, Octavio, and Lataro, we had a little bit of a plan going into this race as far as being able to get together. Because in all honesty, I think a 3-car pack is going to get you, is going to help you more than a 2-car deal. So, actually raced earlier with Jose and Lataro in the plate eliminator deal. So we could actually, the three of us, get a little practice racing this type of race together.
Well, that'll definitely come into play as the season goes on as well. Still some plate tracks ahead, and these guys are still getting 3 wide. Matt Bear, Austin Edwards up top alone, but it's not slowing them down. Austin pushing Matt back up to the front. Down on the bottom, Nicholas Seams and Ryan Seams still the front 2 cars, with that middle line led by Zach Edwards. Man, last year I believe it was the high line that was the fastest, but this season it's looked like that middle line is the place to be.
I have not done anything so far this All-Star weekend that involved people going to the third line other than 2 lines spreading out a little bit from each other. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that develops as things go on.
Well, that, and as they lay down some rubber out there, the lines will definitely change a bit. Guys dropping really low out of 4, almost down on the apron. Yellow line rule, I do not believe, is in effect as we've seen in the past, so that could make things interesting, and obviously all bets are off on that last lap before the checker.
Yeah, it's like I said, I think it'll be the final checkered where you see that. I think with these stages, you're probably going to be, I'd hate to wreck my car at the end of stage 1. So, it'd be interesting to see how this works out.
Well, your car owner worked hard to get you up there as well. So some of these guys definitely probably have some team orders out there, at least to keep the car clean and in one piece. They want to be there for the big victory there at the end.
Yeah, I'm certain, there's some people that Well, I mean, hey, first segment, $60, 25 laps. So, if take the chance with your car for the $60 or hang on and see how it works out towards the end.
Well, we heard Matt Bear say he's going for all the money. He won a Buttkicker last year in an event, so he is going for the big money here tonight. Although there are some of these drivers really want that Buttkicker. Some of them have some sim rigs to make me jealous, and yeah, they're going to push it, and they want to get both the money and that Buttkicker.
Yep, looking a little back farther in the field, it looks like a couple people might have thought about going up on that third line, but I think they thought better of it.
Yeah, it looks like, who's that up on the high side? Is that Friley on the high side right now? Alex Crapser is lurking back there as well. Don't keep an eye on him. Crapser is one we've seen here in the past just come charging through the field, and he knows how to get it done in a plate race as well. He could be a big spoiler, but obviously playing it a little bit safe here in the early going in that 29 car.
Yeah, I've raced my previous 2 seasons in XCAL with Alex. We were on actually the same JNS team together, and you can never count him out of anything because he is a very smart driver and he's a very fast driver. And if there's anybody out there thinking as much or more than everybody else, it's Alex.
Well, speaking of thinking, we've talked, you've mentioned it in the past. Obviously, fuel mileage not coming into play tonight, but Octavio Rondoletto is probably one of the best at strategy out there. He's like a human calculator, I think is what you had said. He is just outsmarting these guys, and obviously he is already on the move up, bringing Lautaro and Jose Godino with him.
Yeah, like I said, there was the thought of, do what you can. We're getting down to we're halfway through, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I just saw him get hit there, so yeah, it's going to get exciting here at the end, I believe.
I think so too. Already seeing the bump drafting, but as we saw earlier on, that bump drafting has a tendency to get aggressive, and man, we've seen it here in the past where guys have taken that bump drafting to another level. You saying they're bump drafting, but really rattling cages. Jeremy Gilliott giving a huge bump to Zach Edwards, had Zach out of shape for a second.
Yeah, Zach's pretty capable of handling that, and he has probably already let Jeremy know that, and it's kind of well known. You can really shove him out of shape, and he can still hang on to it. And I'm thinking that maybe they got something going on with Kendrick getting a 3-car deal together.
That would be an interesting combination. Zach Edwards out front, Matt Bear right beside, Jeremy Gilliott right behind. And we've got a slow car down on the bottom, Rocky Boyd. I don't believe Rocky took to the grid. He was qualified tonight. Rocky just now coming out of pit road. That is a bit surprising to see him in the field this late.
Yeah, I see where he actually connected late, so yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is with that.
Well, it's definitely a big shock because we were expecting a 27-car field, but now just 10 drivers short. A big surprise to not see more of these 27 cars out here battling for the big money, but you never know. And, of course, more big money events as the season goes on. You can definitely get into XCAL at XCALRacing.com. Still room for sponsorship, car sponsors, and event sponsorships as well. A lot going on there. Plus, always looking for some new drivers. And Gerald, I know you always keep an eye out for some drivers.
Oh yeah, Flaming Karma Racing. I've got 5 cars. Of course, right now I'm doing pretty good about keeping all the seats filled with all my guest driver program, I guess we'll call it. But Yeah, like I said, I know there's teams out there that looking every week for drivers, and anybody be interested in it, yeah, go check out the XCAL Discord or www.xcal.com or www.xcal.com, and there's plenty of information in there if you're interested.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time. Unfortunately, I've never been in. I've been in some XCAL fun races. I've never got to do a points race with them because I'm kind of busy up here. But man, these guys are definitely fun to race with. A lot of great competition. I have to say, the average I rating, there is not a single car. No, I take that back. There is one car in the field below a 2,000 I rating. Right now, the highest I rating in the field is 7,000. The average is around 4,000 to 5,000. It's nuts how good these guys are, and man, they can race this close, this long without mistakes. It can get exciting quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I originally got into it, it was a one race sort of deal, and that was 2 seasons ago in XCAL, and I'm telling you, there's something that gets under your skin. You know, if you're a competitive and a little bit thicker skin and you like street stocks, come talk to XCAL.
Looks like Brent Mekas is getting a big push right now from Alex Crapser, the back part of that field, separating off just a little bit as we come toward the end of the first stage, but it does look like this group is getting single file. This may very well have been, well, no, I say that. Joe looks up to the high side. It looked like the 5 of them were going to hook up and charge forward, but hey, here we go. Jared Heasley cheering on Jose Godino. Man, I felt kind of bad. We tried to get Jared voted in here. Did not work out as planned.
No, we had a program together, and boy, there were some folks that came out, especially JNS, and then also, with the votes ahead of us. So, but we were close, and hey, we gave it the college try.
Well, when you got the when you got a guy like Nicholas Seams with the backing of the Ryan Seams fan club, it's really hard to beat. I had my entire team at work voting, and we still didn't get J-Rod in. But Jared, great to see you in the stands, and hopefully we see you back next week. And yet, Kevin, you would definitely be welcome to join XCAL if you get once you get around to it. Too wide all through the pack right now. Everybody starting to settle in just a little bit. Fastest lap so far has been by Brent Mekas, getting that push from Alex Crapser, and I don't know many drivers that can push you better than Crapser, but Mekas, wow, that got close.
Yeah, pushing through the turns is an exceptionally, you really have to have some skill to do it on both ends, and it's tough, especially two drivers that may not have driven around each other a whole lot.
Yeah, that is definitely a big difference between where Zach Edwards' multiple wins. In fact, that was the XCAL record with 4 consecutive wins out front. Alex Crapser, multiple wins. Brent Mekas has a few, but it has been a while, though Mekas has been getting better all season long. And we're about to come down to 3 laps to go in stage 1, and starting to see some guys. I see a Flaming Karma Hood working his way forward up there on the bottom.
Yeah, he and Octavio and Lataro seem to have been able to hold on to that front pack and get away a little bit. But like I said, I think there's some shenanigans back there in the field.
Yeah, you know what? There is always some shenanigans in XCAL. Looks like that back 3, Joe Campbell, Albie Hewins, John Friley have actually broke off the pack a little bit. However, I do believe they are still within draft range of the lead pack, and I bet these 3 start building some momentum here in a second. They may not be done with this first stage yet.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm kind of just watching this front pack from about the middle of it. And, boy, if somebody came charging, they'd have to have that outside line working pretty hard. So let's see how this works out.
Yeah, the side-by-side through most of the field, but, 2 laps to go in the stage. Next time by, I'd imagine things are going to get crazy. Matt Bear up there on the high side really wants to get some money here tonight, so he's going to be pushing, and he's got Austin Edwards pushing him from behind.
Yeah, if he wants to win both of the money sets, he's going to have to win this one, go to the back, and come back to the front again. So if he's going to put all that work into it, boy, it would not be fun to end up second in this one.
No, it definitely wouldn't. And here we go. It's going to be 1 lap to go until stage 1 is complete. Caution laps will not count. We will have 3 25-lap stages here. $60 to win the first one, and it looks like Zach has a run on the bottom. We may see him go for the block here in a minute. Well, I don't know if I'd want to be trying to block the Mad Bear.
Yeah, I think I would trust the guy behind me that's been helping me those whole 24 laps before I'd get in front of Matt Bear.
That is definitely the case. They're side by side, not a ton of aggression here. Here they come down to the line. And who's it going to be at the line? Zach is ahead by a nose. Oh, we may be going to the end of lap 25. My mistake. I misread my own handwriting. Gotta love it when you do that. So one more time around.
Uh-oh. Here comes somebody to the inside.
That's Kendrick Cryer getting loose, but diving to the inside. He's going to get some help from Rondoletto. Now the aggression is cranked up. Cryer wants some money here tonight. They're 3 wide through 3 and 4. It's about to get dicey. Side drafting by Zach Edwards. He drops down to the bottom. Oh, man, they are loose. Zach's got the nose ahead coming to the line. Zach Edwards,
no! Some cars are going to get messed up on this one.
Zach Edwards wins stage 1. Cryer comes home second. Steven Rex comes home in third, but man.
Yeah, that was a destructive segment.
It really, really was. We saw everybody hold off there to the end, and I think let's take a look and see who all is involved in this one. You saw that some drivers down that bottom line bobbling just a little bit. Jeremy Gilliott gets caught. Oh, Austin Edwards and Matt Bear both have hard hits. That is heartbreaking for 2 guys that were definitely looking for a good run. Matt fully expecting to win some money here, but he gets bounced up into Austin. Jeremy Gilliott comes up. Matt may have gotten the best end of that deal, but he's still got some significant aero damage on the left front. Man, losing your aero here early is not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that, that hurt some really good cars, man. I tell you, like I said, I think if you're aiming to get through the evening, yeah, probably laying off this first one was the best thing.
Well, Joe Campbell dropped to the back with his team. They played it safe, and while we're under caution, the drivers are going to hit pit road. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we are going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Everybody getting sorted out on track, getting settled in. We'll wait and see once everything is updated who's going to come out and stack up where. But, man, after a caution late in the stage, things got a bit hairy there. And now two of the top contenders may be in trouble here. Gerald, you had a chance to go check in with your team. How are they doing?
No contact, but scared.
Well, that is understandable, but it looks like Lautaro came off pit road with the lead right next to Nicholas Seams, Alex Krapser, Ryan Seams, and Jose Godino. The top five. Do the teams back off now? Or now that two of the top contenders here are out, and Jeremy Gilliott, who has not exactly been slow this season, now three fast guys out of contention. Does that change the strategy here?
Well, my plan would not have included and did not include there being a wreck in the first segment. So yeah, it alters it, with some other guys, loosens the field of better guys, you can get it together and see what you can get done.
It's definitely going to get interesting. Everybody catching back up to the field. Austin Edwards and Matt Bear makes it back off pit road. Austin is still on pit road. His night may be over. Matt Bear has gotten significant repairs, and he is going to head right back down pit road as Lautaro and Nick Seams lead him around, getting ready for the start of segment 2. $150 on the line at the end of this 25-lap segment. And, the money cranks up, the aggression cranks up, Gerald.
Oh, definitely so. I'm sitting here looking at Matt's car. It's not in the worst shape in the world, everything considered. He may possibly have something to come out and contend with it before this is all over with.
Would not be the first time we have seen a car here that managed to pull back up to a top 2 or 3 spot with some damage. But the question is, once he gets out there in clean air, does the car have enough speed left? We're going to find out here in just a moment as the drivers come around. Pace Truck should be dropping off here. There he goes. Pace Truck is in. And it's going to be Lautaro leading him down for the start of stage 2 of the All-Star race. Here we go. Aaron waves it. Green flag back in the air.
Yeah, look who's right behind him, that number 29 car.
Alex Krapser he was coming through the field there for a bit. Towards the end of it, he banked off a hair, but man, a great pit stop has got him back up here battling now into second place. Nicholas and Ryan hooked up on the high side.
Oh, no, Jose.
No caution yet. Lautaro, now the caution is out, and it looks like Jose Godino's night may come to a close early as well.
Well, kind of looking at his car, he kind of got in the middle of that. I think it looks like he lost the air. So But boy, that was a bunch of cars in that deal.
Yeah, this is going to have a big impact on it. Looking as they come out of turn 2, Ryan Seams ends up in the wall as well. Several cars get evasive back behind. John Friley involved. Wow, that got bad. Albie Hewins looks like he may have gotten a piece of it. Kendrick Cryer, who was charging. Oh, yeah, Albie's pretty torn up as well. Kendrick Cryer, several drivers torn up after that incident. And another big shakeup here in the early stages of, or the early part of stage 2.
Yeah, this is it's going to have a big effect on the evening. We may see some surprise deals going on here. So, Jose's car is a little tore up on the front. There's a bunch of cars out there with some bunch of dents.
Yeah, and this is not the place you really want to have any kind of damage. Trying to get a look here at Kendrick Cryer. Looks like Cryer's okay. Joe Campbell looks like he came. Oh no, it does look like Joe may have some front end damage. He indeed does. Looks like when everybody was checking up, Joe got a little bit of damage. A lot of cars back on pit road. Lataro and Nick Seams still on the front. Alex Crapser, Jose Godino does have some damage, but he is going to stay out and ride it out.
Yeah, it looks like it's just damage to the front. The nose in particular isn't beat in, so it may be something where he can hang in there and get to this next segment in decent shape to have a challenge for that.
Trying to get a look. Flying Ryan's car is pretty banged up, but it is skinnier. I don't know if that'll help the aero or not, but man, Flying Ryan just had nowhere to go when that thing popped off, and I know the Ryan Seams fan club is probably a little aggravated right now, but they still got Nicholas up there, college boy, in second place.
Oh yeah, there's and I mean, just looking, if there needs to be some teams getting together, there's some J&S guys there that can pile up and do a lot of damage right here.
Yeah, and J&S definitely knows how to work together. Joe keeping them corralled. I know Danny gets out there and talks to her drivers whenever possible. However, I know she's been working nights a lot here lately. Hasn't got to participate as much. But Danny, I know everybody misses you, and hurry up and get back to the track.
Yeah, interesting fact, Doug, is it was Danielle that actually originally got me into an XCAL car.
Yeah, who pointed you in that direction, sir?
I don't know. Somebody gave me a link and said, go check this out, and then Danielle got a hold of it.
Yeah, that person that gave you a link, and if you ever get fed up with XCAL, we'll blame Jared, but it was me. It is done.
I have a notebook. I write all this down, man.
Oh, crap. And it looks like the lights are out on the... No, they have come back on the pace truck. One more lap. Jeremy Gilliott working his way back around to the field. And honestly, you got to think about this one, Gerald. It has been really pleasant tonight. We've seen some glitches with scoring under caution, but we have seen a lot of XCAL races on the night of a big upgrade that have gone horribly wrong. But tonight, so far so good. No major glitches.
Yeah. Actually, after the update with some of the things I ran, it appears that iRacing has added some of the pit crew chief calls that are in some of the apps, because after the last update we got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on your pit stall, but now there's some other calls showing up in mine.
Yeah, that is a big plus. You got the new fuel adjustment with the pit with the crew chief, excuse me, and a bunch more features coming, continuing to go work toward a point where you don't have to have all those extra apps. It does make life a lot easier. And Trying to see who that was that just went flying by. That is Rocky Boyd.
I believe it was Ryan, or Rocky, okay.
Yeah, Rocky is about 12 laps down right now, but if the cautions keep coming up, you never know. He could end up back up here on the lead lap. Matt Bear out on track after repairs, as is Jose Godino. Austin Edwards is back out on track and still has maintained the lead lap for the moment.
Yeah, you can never count any of these folks out. They know this well enough to know that they could probably take a beat-up car and get to the front and do something with it.
That is definitely the case. As I recall, a couple of years ago, one of your first races at Bristol, that car was not in great shape, and you still were up there battling in the top 5 up until about 20-25 laps to go. That was quite a run that night. These street stocks can take one heck of a beating.
Yeah, they can, and there are certain things that can be repaired that don't hurt you, and there are other things that somehow they don't really ever get fixed.
Yeah, that has also been the case, but man, here we go again. Pace truck is in. Lataro and Nick Seams lead them down. Aaron Hillebush up in the flag stand, waves the green there away. Green flag in the air, still 14 cars out on track. John Friley and Flying Ryan both on pit road. Jose Godino ducks back down pit road. This might be a fairly safe move if he can get back out and maintain the lead lap with some more repairs.
Yeah, he's obviously probably got something going on with the steering, the way he hit the wall. It wasn't just body damage. So, yeah, some of those are, you got to just kind of figure it out as you go.
Craps are all over the back bumper of Lataro. Nick Seams up top. And here comes Albie Hewins. Albie has had a dramatic turnaround this season. He is always up here in the top 15, in the top 10. He's been moving up the points all season. It'd be awesome to see him pull off a win in one of these 2 final stages tonight.
Oh, yeah. Me and Albie do a lot of league racing together. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to start a truck series here in a couple of weeks on a team together that I'm starting. But, yeah, racing in BRR and the ARCA and the Cup and race him here. And he's a great guy to be around, a great guy to race with. He's really knowledgeable about setups. Yeah, and it'd be good to see him pull something out like this.
Well, I know he has had a few close calls with victory lane this season, and he has put himself up in the top 15 in points. He had a couple of rough races, but last points race, man, he came fighting back, and I expect to see more of it before the end of the season. I would not be surprised, especially with his team owner a couple cars back, Joe, right there. If they get hooked up, especially with Joe's super speedway skills, these two could be tough to beat at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah, I remember the night that I actually got wrecked out of, I think it was that Charlotte race you were talking about where Joe won. I was actually spotting for him when all that went down, and yeah, that was a really exciting night.
It definitely was. I remember talking to you after that race, as Nick Seams currently has the lead. I remember talking to you after that one, and nobody to this day, I think, knows how Joe pulled that off. He just never lifted, got hit twice, coming through turns 1 and 2 on the final lap, still sent it to victory lane. That was an amazing night. Also, the interesting note, that was the night I started having voice issues.
Yeah, that was, to be honest with you, I had flipped my chair out from underneath me and was standing up hollering, go, 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 you can do it, you can do it. They can't catch her or you're going to pass them.
Lataro on the bottom. Nick Seams has got the bigger line behind him, but that bottom line always a little bit faster just due to being on the bottom through the corner. That middle line really working well tonight. During stage 1, that middle line was the place to be, and it's getting a little exciting. The back part back here looks like Kendrick Cryer, and I believe that was the lap car of Rocky Boyd. Kendrick was getting a big push and maybe a little too much of a push from Rocky there for a minute. Rocky now being used by Austin Edwards to pull back up to the lead pack. Meanwhile, up front, they have gone into, looks like an arrow formation briefly. But Nick Seams pulls back out front.
Yeah, I think what we were seeing earlier with that inside line being really good was because there were only 2 lines, but I think when you get 3 lines, that actually hurts that inside line the most.
It does tend to, the inside line is definitely one of the safest places to be, especially a track like this, because when an incident happens, you wash up the track and everybody goes upwards, but when it comes down to speed, the only time that inside line really has the advantage is down on corner entry and midway, because off the turn, man, you are fighting it.
Yeah, and right now I'm looking at that middle lane, and we've got Octavio and Lautaro, and yeah, this may get exciting before this all ends up.
It definitely is looking that way. Also, right behind him, out of nowhere, Steven Rex is up there, and whoa! Lautaro slides up the track. Did he get a bad bump or just make him move there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That could have been 6 of one, half dozen of the other, or the other one option may be that they're deciding they're going to race this thing out and see which one's going to win at the end.
That could definitely be, or it could be a strategy move, letting Octavio get up there and pull for these two. But Octavio's got to clear Rex. Meanwhile, that outside line is starting to form. That middle line, though, still has the advantage. And don't look now, Joe Campbell is lurking right behind this group. This may come down there 2 by 2. It could come down to where Joe and Albie go.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'd have to lean to that middle lane. But yeah, I think I do think that Lautaro may have a pretty good plan up there on the top. He probably saw what Matt did earlier. So, and there's 3 cars up there now. So it's going to get interesting. This thing's going to get heated before it's all over with.
Well, Nick was leading there for a while. Then he was pushing, and everybody that's been in front of Nick has started making some moves. Nick, as it seems, definitely has that role of pusher figured out here tonight. Whoa! We've got cars going all the way down to the apron. That is not good, as close as they are coming through these turns. As Rocky Boyd has pulled Austin Edwards and crew back up, and don't look now, the Mad Bear also back up in this group. He's going to push Joe Campbell.
Well, like I said, you never know. You're going to have to partner up with and kiss at night and keep warm. So, yeah, you never, like I said, you never know.
That is definitely true. This could be, we have seen feuds out here in the past, but this is the kind of event that drivers set everything aside up until about 2 to go. They're going to work with anybody and everybody that's going to give them a hand here.
Yeah, what's that old song? Love the one you're with, baby.
That is definitely the case. Octavio Rondoletto has gone to the lead with a push from Steven Rex. Alex Krapser right behind them as well. And would you look at this? Octavio and Lautaro control the front. Could this be shades of the EHP Michigan race last year?
Well, I can tell you that during the plate eliminator race, Joe Campbell, Lautaro, Jose, and myself were the last 4. I dropped off, and then Lautaro did actually try to pull in front of Joe and block him off, so it would be Lautaro and Jose at the end, but Joe was Joe and did what I expect Joe would do. So yeah, he got back to the outside and decided it was probably best just to pull Jose, try to get around Joe.
Well, Joe was looking to the high side a minute ago, gets really, really low, right up next to another. Joe was looking toward the middle between Albie and Krapser. two of his teammates there. 3 J&S cars up there in the top 7 that could get hooked up and start making their way forward. That could be a big, big problem for the other drivers.
Yeah, if you had throw Alex Crapser in there, they got 4 sitting up there right now.
Oh, yeah, you are right. So this, and as the field packs up, look at this. Joe, it's getting a little dicey back here. They're 4 wide at the back of the field. They still got 12 laps to the end of the stage. But Matt Bear has moved up top. He's got some help. And I don't think that car's in too bad a shape. The Mad Bear is making a move.
Yeah, if you've got the right people around you, and that third lane is fast, especially if you got 3 lanes going. And yeah, here he comes again. He said he wanted both of those money runs, and he probably wants some revenge for that last one.
Austin Edwards has just had a crash. Caution is out. It was getting dicey up here at the front. Austin, oh, I think there was some net code at play. He did not touch the other car. He manages to get it gathered up and comes to a stop. Wow, that is a bit of a shock, and I think that's just going to tighten them back up, and it's going to give some of these guys another opportunity to get some repairs done in the middle of stage 2. That's going to make stage 3 even more aggressive.
Oh yeah, it's going to make stage 2 more aggressive.
Well, that is definitely true. Not a lot of laps. Once the green drops, we'll have less than 10 laps to go in stage 2. And yeah, I think things are really about to heat up. But that stage 3, it's going to be a dogfight from the drop of the green. Nobody's going to give an inch.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what people do about tires, because there is some fall off with these. So I don't know if the guys at the back get tires. It could make a big difference going into stage 3.
Definitely could. I don't know. What was the fuel window? Would it have any benefit to stop now, top off on fuel? Could anybody do the remaining laps from here?
I'm pretty sure that probably during the end of the first segment, to be honest with you, I recall there being like 86 or so laps in a full fuel tank. So you may have guys dumping tanks and just going segment by segment, which would be faster, lighter car.
Definitely would be. And you never know if somebody who's on pit road right now, like Albie Hewins, Jeremy Gilliott, Kendrick Cryer, or Alex Craps, or one of those guys, this might be that final stop of the night. They would end up starting stage 3 with track position on everybody. That could definitely change the complexion of the race.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely something about this dropping the top guys to the back in the invert deal. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this thing really, I'm scratching my head now with the pad of paper and a pen.
Well, you mentioned it, the top 6 after the end of this stage will drop to the tail end and invert. And as cars are out or dropping back, that's going to make that smaller field and have a bigger impact on the way that this, and how many drop to the back and how big of an effect it has on the field. Several drivers coming off pit road. Austin Edwards, Kendrick Cryer, Jose Godino is back out. Still 13 cars on the lead lap too. Jose Godino just 1 lap down. John Friley is back out. He is quite a few laps down, as is Rocky Boyd. Those two just hoping for any chance to get back up here and be in the fight. And worst case scenario, hey, they are out there just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I see something like with Jose is setting himself up to get his lap back at the next caution, get back on the lead lap for the final segment, go for the big prize. You got guys up front that are probably more interested in money, and there's definitely that number 3 car sitting there third on the inside. And we definitely know he's here for the money, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works out.
Well, they don't call Matt Bear the ghost of Dale for nothing. Drives that 3 car and claims he can see the win just like Dale could. So time will tell as they stack back up. And it does look like we are going to get the green flag this time. This is going to... Wait, am I seeing the lights back on the pace car? Nope, lights are out. They are getting ready to go green flag racing here once again. iRacing pace truck leads them through 3 and 4. He'll drop in. Aaron Hillebush, the president of XCAL, will drop the green flag for the restart. They'll have just over 10 laps to go in stage 2 when the green flag drops.
Yeah, this is going to get really serious with about 5 to go.
That is definitely true. In stage 1, it really, here we go, green back in the air, and in stage 1, it really ramped up with about 2 laps to go, but as more money is on the line, more drivers are going to be pushing harder and harder. Lataro quickly out front. Octavio controls the outside. And really, with those two sitting up there right now, it's going to take a concerted effort by several cars to get up top and come by on the high side.
Yeah, I really think that they're probably bright enough that they will probably allow that inside line to form. And there it goes.
Wow, that did not take long as you got Matt Bear kind of forcing his way in there to the bottom under Octavio. He's going to get a little bit of help from behind now as that inside line forms up, and even after that, Austin Edwards was on the lead lap, but he has dropped to pit road.
Oh, now they're driving them 4 wide.
No, off into turn 1, 4 wide, and you know, we have seen these guys go, holy cow, it's getting sketchy. We've seen these guys go through here 4 wide. Oh, hold on to her. Holy
yeah,
crap.
I think, somebody's forcing their way to the daggone front.
Lataro, gotta give that guy props. How the heck he saved that move is beyond me, but a great, great save by Lataro.
Yeah, and here he and Octavio, there they come. They're coming back.
Yeah, don't count those two out. And they work so well together. We've seen it all season long. Holy cow, Matt Bear is driving through the grass.
So, who's in? Oh, my God. They're getting crazy out there.
Whoa! Nick Seams is hard into the outside wall, but he keeps his foot in it.
Yeah, that's not going to pull the yellow.
Nope, it is definitely not. He's trying to build his momentum back up, stay in the draft. He's going to have a little bit of help down there. Jose Godino still right there. They're side by side, and I think Nick is going to be able to hold on to the draft. And surprisingly, the body's a little wrinkled, but it's still moving forward.
Yeah, if you're still in a pack, you can actually race with people with your car a bit wrinkled up. You know, the problem ends up where you get yourself out in front. That's where it really hurts you.
Octavio and Lataro had a little bump there on the front straightaway, but Kendrick Cryer, he waited too long to make his charge to the front last time, and Rocky Boyd, who is not on the lead lap, is right there behind the leader, Steven Rex. And same team, so he is just working to help his teammate get up there and get the win. But Zach Edwards pulls in the middle, nose ahead, into the lead again.
Yeah, this is going to get very interesting when this gets down to the final laps, because there are a lot of people up there that are not associated with each other, and it's getting silly.
Well, Nicholas Seams, Jeremy Gilliott, and Jose Godino all hanging off the back of the pack. Might be the 3 wisest cars on track right now, as it is 3. Holy cow. Matt Bear looked like he low. Gilliott.
Oh my goodness, they're whoa.
Whoa! What a save by everybody.
somebody wants this $150 some better more than somebody else, and we're not sure who it is yet.
No, we're not, but man, Steven Rex was up there making some power moves in that red number 10 car, and he's got himself to the lead. He's got Rocky Boyd right behind him. Wow. But you still got Rondoletto up on the high side, and he has got help from behind from Zach Edwards, and Zach definitely knows how to get it done here. 5 laps to go in stage 2.
Yeah, but we got Rocky Boyd in there somewhere.
Oh! Rocky Boyd all over the back bumper of Steven Rex. Wow.
Yeah, that's trying a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky might want to take a breather there. He is still like 10 laps down. 12 laps down at the moment, and he is driving like he is going for the win here. He is not giving an inch, though, and Matt Bear all alone in the draft is starting to pull back up. Brent Mekas, who's just been quietly lurking there in the 44 all night, I don't know that I'd count Brent out yet.
If you got a clean car at the end and can keep it clean till the last 5
laps,
yeah, here we go again.
Rocky, I don't know why he is pushing Rex so hard. Rex is going to let him go this time. That is yeah, I don't know what to call that. That was crazy.
Yeah, this is does not make any sense. I can't imagine making up this one lap before this segment's over means that much.
Well, he can make up the 1, but he'd still have 11 more to go. Austin Edwards just ahead at the tail end of the lead lap. He is going to put himself, if they catch him, which they likely will, he has got to keep himself out front. Try to maintain the lead lap. He would be the first car 1 lap down. Things could get interesting. Richie, that was a great save by everybody.
Yeah, I see Austin swinging to the inside. He's got a plan.
Austin Edwards have a plan? No. Nicholas Seams and crew still lurking just behind. Jeremy Gilliott leading that pack. They've got Lataro just ahead, who has dropped out of that lead group after that crazy save. And Rocky Boyd is getting into a lot of people.
Yeah, he got Matt Bear behind him. His decision-making process may have a kink in the chain here coming.
It may very well. The Mad Bear wants some money tonight, and he ain't going to take no crap.
Yeah, well, Rocky go cut him off. He's going to get some stuff.
Oh, he is. Austin Edwards jumps up to the high side. He is trying to stay in position. It is a drag race into turn 3. Holy crow. Hold on to her, Zach.
Oh, my golly, they're hanging on to it.
No, I don't know how they're pulling this off. I can't tell you. You guys might want to tune into Facebook later tonight. We're going to have some great reels. Make sure you're following on Facebook.
Look who's coming. He wants that money.
The Mad Bear is pulled up to the outside, and he's got help from Octavio out of that group up there. I don't know if I'd want anybody but Octavio. Holy crap!
Oh.
What the heck happened there? Caution is out, and the Mad Bear is caught again.
Yeah, that looked like that was a little over the top. Too over the top.
Yeah, that might have been a bit much. Let's see here. Going down through turn 2. Oh, Steven Rex broke loose coming out of 2. Slides up, and unfortunately, he's able to use the Mad Bear as a pick. Able to get himself corrected.
Yeah, he washed up high. That, the air on these things is funny, but you should be able to maintain control, that sort of thing.
Oh, Kendrick. I don't know how Kendrick avoided all of that. Wow. So now Matt Bear, who was battling for the Stage 2 win is going to have to go in for repairs. Looks like Rex has significant right side damage here.
Yeah, you slap the wall like that, it's you're going to have to do something about it.
And somehow Octavio came through it with no new damage to his car. Zach Edwards, I don't believe Zach got any damage either. Albie Hewins was the big winner on that deal. Came through pretty much unscathed. Back up into 4th place, the Mad Bear in 5th.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how much that 3 car can get fixed. And he's probably going to be really mad. I'm listening to the drivers also, so yeah, he's really mad.
I can imagine so. He's missing the entire front clip. Yeah, he put it on pit road aggressively. And it looks like he might even be fighting the steering up there. Matt Bear's in, Lataro, Jeremy Gilliott, Nicholas Seams all on pit road. Those 3 guys at the back with Nick Seams, man, they were in the best position of the night when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you're setting yourself up, I don't know now. Who wants this $150 the most, and do you want it more than you want a butt kicker?
Well, and here's the other question. How scared are the other drivers because Austin Edwards just got waved back to the lead lap?
So you keep throwing these dice back in on the table, and you don't know what you're going to have. He probably sit down for, I don't know. You never know. He may go for it here. You get back up there and just hammer it. You can do some stuff on the outside on your own and move pretty far. But closer you get to the front, you need somebody with you. So, I mean, I have an expectation that it's probably wise just to set up for that 3rd segment when the 6 front guys go to the back.
Yeah, the best place to finish this, if you can't pull off the win, the best place to finish this, 7th. Then you're going to be starting, and you know Austin's thinking about that. Again, always planning his strategy out here. Steven Rex is going to come in. Looks like it's going to give the lead to Kendrick Cryer for the restart. This is going to get dicey with Austin back on the lead lap. Like you said, probably not one to worry about for this 2nd stage with only about 2 laps to go. But that 3rd stage, even though he has said himself he is not a plate track guy, he has gotten some plate track wins this year.
Yeah, there's still a lot of guys on the lead lap. This is going to get crazy.
I don't know. I am beginning to lean toward the driver of the number 44 right now, Brent Mekas. Somehow has avoided all the chaos happening around him. He puts himself wherever he wants to be. He's managed to keep the car clean. He's managed to go where he needs to go when he needs to go there. I don't think Mekas is quite out of this yet. I think he might still have a shot at both the stage win and possibly the overall win.
Yeah, he's shown he can get up through the crowd relatively safely. To be in this situation now, I mean, with the number of cars in the lead lap, you're going to be in the top. You're still going to be in the top 10 going that 3rd stage. Yeah, I could see something like that getting pulled off.
And of course, Joe up there in 6th place, or in the top 5 now, rather. Joe always lurking at the plate tracks, and Albie Hewins sitting up there as well. Man, I don't think I'd be more excited than seeing Albie Hewins pull off a stage win here tonight.
Oh, yeah, we spoke about that earlier. He is, a great guy to race with, just a great guy all the way around. It'd be great to see him be able to sneak one out here tonight.
Jeremy Gilliott still lurking back there as well. Another driver to keep a very close eye on. Alex Crapser, who has wins here in Michigan. And, of course, Nick Seams still lurking back there. I'm willing to bet Flying Ryan out of the race. I'm willing to bet he is out there giving Nick pointers right now. And I'm willing to bet Nick not done yet either.
Oh, no doubt on both of those points. And, yeah, that was one of the great things when I was racing with J&S is that, in those big races, you get whacked out of a race or something, they'd hang in there and help spot. reconfigure fuel and all that stuff. So yeah, there's no doubt that the Seamses are going to get another one.
As I recall last year, a couple of times with JNS, you had set calculators on fire and managed to help them pull off a couple of wins very close on fuel.
Oh yeah, I mean we All-Star Day, a lot of the guys had the fancier apps and stuff, but yeah, if you're making quick calls, down there at the end and stuff, we fortunate to do a lot of great stuff all together the way we raced.
Well, and here we go, about to go back to green flag racing once again. Kendrick Cryer and Octavio on the front row. Rocky Boyd is lurking back toward the back. He did not get one of his laps back on that. So he's probably going to... Holy cow, Zach just pushed Kendrick to the green flag.
Yeah. And he's really good at that. He wants that front.
Yeah, he does. And I do believe at the end of this lap, we'll get the caution for the stage break.
Oh, he shoved Kendrick up.
No surprise, Zach going for it. Does he have the help behind is the question. He's got Joe back there, but on the high side, Octavio has got a big run. Albie Ewan's given the push, but it is still Zach Edwards out front. And wow, Alex Crapser had the left sides down on the apron. Crapser all alone down on the bottom. Joe's looking high. And at the line, it looks like it's going to be Zach Edwards. Zach Edwards wins stage 2 and $150 and now gets ready to go into stage 3. And the top 6 go to the back. Zach Edwards, Joe Campbell, Kendrick Cryer, Octavio Rondoletto, Albie Ewens, Brent Mekas. They're going to the back and inverting.
Yeah, this thing's about ready to get a heck of a lot more exciting.
Hey, that actually gives Zach 2 consecutive stage wins. He's got $210 tonight.
Yeah, if there's a money guy out there, it's Zach Edwards.
Well, he's definitely getting the job done. He's timing his moves right perfectly tonight. Matt Bear appears to have been retired officially from the race. We'll get some pit stops underway here in a moment, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't worry, we won't miss a thing. We're going side by side. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The field has completed pit stops. Drivers getting the... What in the world is Rocky Boy doing up there? What in the world is going on? I've seen drivers warming up tires, but this is nuts. Rocky Boy gets waved around the pace truck as they stack back up, and Austin Edwards is now back on the front row. Gerald, any thoughts on what they were just doing under pace laps?
I don't know.
You gotta wonder if they know what they're doing. They just figured out a new little trick, and apparently they're gonna be playing with it.
Yeah, somebody's got something figured out that nobody else does.
Well, Jeremy Gilliott comes off pit road with the lead next to Austin Edwards, Kendrick Cryer, and Joe Campbell on the second row. Nick Seams, Albie Ewens on the third. Brent Mekas and Lataro on the fourth. Zach Edwards, Jose Godino round out the top 10. Octavio still on pit road. Alex Crapser currently in 11th. Matt Bear is out. Stephen Rex is out. Rocky Boyd several laps down. John Friley also several laps down. And Flying Ryan also appears to be out of the race.
Yeah, it's whatever time is left. We'll see how this works out as these guys invert back. I think it's going to get really silly here at the end.
That is probably the understatement of the year, and I'm just wondering what the heck Austin Edwards is up there doing. We've seen Austin do his celebratory drift, but man, I don't know how the heck he was just doing that. That's definitely something to experiment with, I guess. See if it gives him any kind of benefit. I guess he could be warming the tires up. Well, he's definitely warming the tires up.
Well, there are some of these guys in this street stock that are just out of this world with their talent, and Austin is definitely one of the guys at the very top of the list.
He definitely is. Setting a record in XCAL last season with 11 wins. Running for his second consecutive championship. Yeah, he is going to be a tough one to beat for a long, long time to come, but keep hearing word that he may end up retiring either at the end of the year or possibly before the season is over, just due to real-world concerns. Man, that would be kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's probably been one of the big things here the last couple of seasons with a lot of drivers. I mean, one of the drivers I have, Mason Foster, they get a little bit older and real life works in and they'd love to race, but just can't swing it. So you got to be understanding of that. Kind of work with it as best you can.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't cancel the real life and focus on this all the time because, yeah, I'd love to. Looks like they are going to extend the caution by one lap. Sorry, Gerald.
Oh, no, nothing. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at the way these things are lining up, and it's, I think we could possibly see a bunch of three-wide racing before the end of this one's over.
Based on the aggression we saw in Stage 2, I do not expect patience at any point during this final stage. I think it's going to be full send from the drop of the green, and nothing else is going to matter. Whatever happens. You got what you got, run it.
Yeah, especially with some of the guys with some of the damage, because if you got an opportunity to move yourself up through the field with some damage against some cars that may be getting pinned here or there, then you really need to take advantage of that and get yourself at a point there at the end where you can really charge.
Well, so far tonight, Zach Edwards has won both stages, $210, looking for the sweep and the butt kicker for the final stage here tonight. And I know that over the last 2 years, nobody has won all three stages. We've seen multi-stage winners, but we've never seen someone pull off all three in a single night. Could tonight be Zach Edwards' night to pull it off, or is somebody else up here going to spoil it for him?
Well, yeah, we'll see who needs that butt kicker.
It's definitely going to get interesting here. The pace truck about to drop in. Jeremy Gilliott is going to lead him down. Here we go. Aaron at the ready, waves the green flag. We are down and away. 24 laps to go in the XCAL All Star event.
They're getting conservative and going single line. I think they're trying to find who's fast and who isn't.
I think so, and you got guys at the back trying to fight their way up. Although that line, after those top six drop back, these guys get single file, and that could give them a bit of an advantage. Some time to break away. Gilliott moves up right in front of Nick Seams. Nick, big push down the back straightaway. Lataro is right there, and here they come. Rocky Boyd in the whoa! Rocky up into Lataro.
Again. Yep, here we go again.
Oh! Gilliott's around. Seams is in the wall.
Rocky Boyd.
Lataro catches a piece of it. Caution.
Yeah, there we go again.
For a guy not on the lead lap, he is getting a bit gutsy. Octavio catches a piece of this as well. Octavio just manages to get down through the grass. A lot of guys do an amazing save here.
Yeah, if you can see those things coming, I mean, there's been a time or two I've mowed a couple acres of grass driving through an infield.
Haven't we all? And it looks like Gilliott takes the worst of it. Nick Seams gets a little bit hard impact to the left side of that car. But I don't know that any, as Gilliott comes up, he clips him in the right, and Seams gets it on the left side, but I think that car may actually be okay. The front end was undamaged.
Yeah, if it's side damage and you can go in and fix as much of it as you can, you're not in terrible shape, especially with the number of laps we got to run in the segment.
Well, that gives the lead to Austin Edwards here. Jose Godino now in second. Brent Mecca still up there in the fight in third. And, man, Rocky Boyd is just up there acting as the spoiler tonight, throwing a monkey wrench at some of this. After a late start, not getting into the field in time, he is just going for it every single lap.
Yeah, well, I guess since he's laps down, he's going to get waved to the back, at least of the lead lap cars. So, or no, he's going to get waved around and be back there anyway. So it'll be safe for a little while.
Well, just getting word, Nicholas Seams' 20th birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday, Nicholas. Get the car fixed. Get back out there. Like I said, I don't see if we can get a picture from the pit road. And indeed, Nick Seams' car is, for the most part, at least the important part of that car, the front end is okay. I think he could still get out here and pull something off.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, looking at it here, it's in good enough a shape that he can just get repaired as much as he needs. Unless it's steering damage, he should be in good shape. And yeah, the way he drives, he'd take that purple and orange car to the front.
Definitely could, and man, that would be an awesome birthday present to get the big win at the All Star event. Get that butt kicker, and man, if you haven't checked out the butt kickers, go to buttkicker.com. Check them out. Get yourself one, and while you're at it, you can send your favorite broadcaster one. Just saying.
I haven't gone that far yet. I've actually just started looking into getting an actual racing rig, so I like my desk chair. It's pretty comfortable.
I am the same way. Plus, I have to transition from racing and flying to broadcasting, and yeah, having a full-on rig is a little tricky right now, but someday I will. And apparently, if a butt kicker will even work in a gaming chair. You just mount it underneath, and you still get that haptic feel back. So it's not. It's actually moving body weight around, so you actually get to feel what you would in a real race car.
Yeah, I've definitely been looking into them. Had an opportunity to win one a couple of times. You know, and maybe an added bonus benefit it would keep my puppy away from my racing chair.
This is also true. Taking a look down from the XCAL blimp as they get ready for the green flag. Austin Edwards, Jose Godino at the front row. Brent Mekas, Kendrick Cryer, and Octavio Rondoletto round out your top 5. Zach Edwards, Alex Crapser, Joe Campbell, Albie Hewins, Jeremy Joliet rounding out the top 10. Nicholas Seams, Lataro. Also, the last 2 cars on the lead lap in 11th and 12th as the green flag is back in the air and the final stage is back underway here at Michigan.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'd be something to see Jose win the Open last night to race his way in and come out here with the victory tonight.
Wouldn't it be, though? It's one of those guys that got voted in, or like Jose, got raced in. It would be awesome to see that happen. To get them into victory lane would be an awesome night, and definitely getting the fan vote to victory lane would be a huge, huge sign at telling the driver just how popular they are. Kendrick Cryer gets a massive push to the front and then dives down to the bottom. Wow.
Yeah, here comes Zach, and boy, it's starting to stack up quick.
Rocky Boyd, for some reason, trying to make it 4 wide. Again, Rocky not on the lead lap in that blue 46.
Yeah, I can't believe we've left him up there, but it may not be for long.
Austin gets into the grass, and Austin Edwards is around. Caution.
He didn't get the wall, so he lives one more life.
I'm not sure. We'll have to rewind the replay here in a second and see. Did Austin get bumped? Wow.
Oh, yeah, he got bumped. We know he got bumped, and we know who did it.
Austin all the way down in the apron as they go off into 1. It looks like Mekas right behind. No, I think Austin just got loose. Mekas took the air off of him. Austin gets up into Rocky Boyd. Everybody, amazing job avoiding that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there really determined to want that butt kicker. XCAL Racing's putting up tonight, buddy. And I'll tell you what, it's turning into a heck of a race. It's going to be exciting to see what the heck happens by the time this is over with.
Yeah, and what about that move by Kendrick Cryer going to the lead? I mean, it's not often you see something like that. He gets a big push into 3 and 4 and then just drives it all the way down to the bottom. Let's see if we can get a replay on that one. Here we go. Watch Kendrick Cryer as he goes on the high side down the back straightaway. Big push from Zach Edwards. He clears Jose going off into 3. Zach and Jose almost get together. Kendrick just turns left, goes to the bottom, and cuts off any chance of Austin having a run. Wow.
Yeah, it's getting really hot and heavy out there. I'm going to tell you, there could be a lot of disappointed people tonight, as hungry as everybody is.
That is definitely the case. I've seen some gutsy moves like that. In fact, I do remember one very gutsy move for a win in an SR8 at Indy a couple of years ago. Guy drove all the way down on the rumble strips, full throttle, underneath half the field, past like 6 cars, and turn 4 to go forward and pull off a win at Indy.
You know, and that guy still did not get his burnout because he didn't know whether he won the race for like 2 or 3 hours. And got a nickname out of it.
Definitely did. That was definitely one of the most epic moves I've ever seen. And, man, we're seeing guys trying to rival the moves by Thanos tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. There's, the way this setup is working with this field. I mean, your ability to dive between lanes is really pronounced this evening. So, yeah, I'm not going to be surprised with anything I see going forward.
No, really, really not. Guys are making some gutsy moves. The setup is letting them put it anywhere here. So things just all sorts of crazy out there, and I think it'll get crazier.
Yeah, I mean, I think, boy, I tell you, I think if three guys could get together on the very outside, they may have a big advantage here going down to the finish of this deal.
The question is, do you have three drivers out there that could work together? And I have to say, Zach Edwards, Joe Campbell, Alex Crapser, Albie Hewins all out there, all members of the same team. Nick Seams also out there. J&S has the highest probability right now of pulling off a victory here.
Yeah, and they're really good at racing together. They know how to do it. They know how to get together. So it would not surprise me to see, three or four of those guys try to find a way to get together on the outside, especially when I'm looking at Joe up there in the lead of that pack, because he's really good at this stuff too.
That he is, and I am not sure. I think Austin Edwards' night may be over. Trying to verify that. Austin has had a rough night, kept fighting back, but I'm not seeing him out on track. And it looks like Austin may have retired here.
Yeah, I mean, you're beat up and frustrated. Yeah, time to just kick the car and walk away.
Well, it definitely would be understandable. He had fought back and fought back and fought back, but man, it just was not to be his night. Meanwhile, Kendrick Cryer making some of the gutsiest moves out there. But Zach Edwards, who won stage 1 and 2, sits right behind him. Jose Godino on the high side has Joe Campbell to push. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. It'll be 21 to go at the line. And Gerald, are we done with cautions?
No, we're not done with them.
Mark Dan.
Too many laps to go, and there's some impatient folks.
Well, Mark Dantuma cheering on Jose Godino. Terry out here cheering on Joe Campbell as Joe dropping back. Rocky Boyd, again, not on the lead lap, but is continuing to fight his way up. And now only about 8 laps out of the lead. And he's already behind the leader, Zach Edwards, and he's bumping Zach through the turn.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Really surprised Rocky hadn't been pulled into pit road yet, but one driver that knows this situation rather well, Alex Crapser, his first season in XCAL, was overly aggressive, did not make a lot of friends, and a lot of people got frustrated with him, but man, did he turn it around. Now one of the most respected drivers in the garage, as Crapser makes a move to the inside for the lead.
Yeah, they're wanting 4 wide is what this looks like.
I think they're about to get it. This is Godino up top. Rocky Boyd has the second line on the bottom of the push from Kendrick. Zach Edwards also up there in the third line.
I think if they can, well, like I said earlier, their 3 guys can go to the third line, but you're going to have to be there at the end.
Well, they just get a little bit of help.
Whoa!
Wow. 3 wide mid-pack. Joe trying to make his way forward. Albie Hewins on the bottom is looking under Kendrick. Albie gets hooked up here. Albie's a little loose off 2. But if Albie can get hooked up with his teammate Alex Crapser, and Joe Campbell drops down to the bottom, there's your 3 cars lined up.
Yep, we got teammates now. They're hooked up. They may have something thinking that going to get them to the end.
Man, what a fight in mid-pack. Guys that were up at the front a lap ago now dropping back. Jose Gadino now up into 5th as he's dropped back. They have gone single file. Now Joe looks under his team. You know,
Joe's got some heat if he's doing that. I'm telling you, he's got some heat and he knows it.
You know, we have seen this happen a couple of times before. We talked about it earlier, the EHP trick. The J&S team is the only team out here with enough drivers to get up front and control the entire remainder of this race. They could definitely do it with the cars that are up there right now.
I'm listening to the driver's channel and Joe's cussing Kendrick, so yeah, I don't know. Let's see how this works out.
Well, Kendrick was dropping down behind Joe. He now pulls back up in the middle line. Joe all alone on the bottom. Meanwhile, Alex and Albie, the top two in the middle, teammates working together. Kendrick not far behind. And we've got a car stopped down. That's Jeremy Gilliott. I think that car is done.
Yeah, Albie and Alex together right now in the middle lane. I'm telling you what, that's pretty powerful.
Just single file for the moment. A couple of outliers. Joe Campbell on the bottom and Jose Gadino at the back up top trying to get back in line. Jose trying to get hooked up with Octavio. They've got Lautaro back behind as well.
Kendrick wants to win. That's the only thing that he wants, and he's going to do whatever aggressive move he needs to do to be able to get to the front and win this race. So he's kind of like the lone bullet in a gun, and somebody's spinning the chamber, and I think that it may end up badly.
It very well could. We saw that gutsy move Kendrick made earlier, and man, he pulls it off. We've seen him make gutsy moves and pull them off before, but you get too gutsy out here, you get too confident, things go wrong quickly. Now the entire field just goes single file. Looks like everybody's going to ride it out for a lap or two here. Maybe let the nerves settle.
Yeah, they're checking out each other's bumper stickers.
Hey, good evening, JR. I think some of these drivers could have used you spotting for them tonight, buddy. Brett Mekas now up into 4th. I've been saying all night, that guy probably has the car in the best shape right now.
Yeah, and he's hung and hung and hung, and I'm telling you, he's got himself in a pretty good daggone spot as we get down to the last few laps.
He definitely does, and wow, it is getting really sketchy in the middle of this pack. So much for single file. Kendrick moves up, nobody goes with him. Joe's down on the bottom. Will he get any help this time? Kendrick and Joe are door banging down the front stretch.
Yeah, I know Joe loves these races, and I know he wants to be in the front or where he knows he can get to the front in the last couple laps.
Well, he's definitely...
Whoa!
Whoa! It gets dicey at the back of the field, and Rocky Boyd just started blinking as he is banging off of, I believe that's Octavio.
Yeah, he needs to cool his jets, man.
It is definitely a peculiar situation to see a car that many laps down, still trying to... Oh! We're wrecking on the front stretch. Joe's in the wall. Kendrick's in the wall. No caution yet. There's enough time to get around.
I hear Joe's opinion, so...
I'm quite sure of that. Let's take a look. Does not look like the caution is going to come out here. Joe and Kendrick bump drafted each other, a lot of back and forth. Kendrick goes around a hard hit. Kendrick's chances are over with no caution.
Yeah, I was surprised about the no caution, but they cleared it pretty quickly, so I'm guessing that was what the call was.
It is a bit different for the drivers tonight. The iRacing cautions are actually turned on in addition to race control having control of cautions. So it is a bit of a surprise that the iRacing caution did not come out, but with a 2-mile lap, Aaron was not going to throw the caution unless he absolutely has to this late in the race, and that also throws out the 5 to go rule. We could finish this race with a green-white checker tonight.
Yes, it does, and I'm looking at a pack of 5 cars behind a pack of 4 cars, and Octavia leading that second pack with some teammates and friends aboard. It'll be interesting to see what we get down to here in the last laps.
They're about 1.9 seconds behind after that incident between Joe and Kendrick separated the groups. That front 4, they just have to stay single file. They might be able to pull away. They are actually pulling a little bit of a gap, 2.2 seconds now over Octavio. Rocky Boy, that second group really needs to pull up a little bit tighter. That front group isn't running as tight as they could at the moment, but you got 2 teammates leading at the front, and now they're going to go side by side. That second pack, 2.7 seconds behind.
Yeah,
this is their chance.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's his determination to get in the front of whatever he's with is going to hurt that second group real bad.
Yeah, just as soon as that first group gets side by side and that second group has an opportunity, Rocky Boy, holy cow, they're bumping doors again. What the heck?
I think they're trying to clear a daggone path, and it's going to hurt them, but we got some laps to go. Let's see how it works out.
Well, 10 laps to go. That lead group, Zach Edwards, Alex Krapser, side by side. Zach with the nose ahead. Albie Hewins and Brent Meckes are still lurking in that group as well. Rocky Boyd is just leaning on on Lataro through 3 and 4.
My experience with racing with Lataro during the draft elimination race earlier is that he'll do a lot for a teammate, and I think that's what he's doing right now.
What in the world? Rocky Boyd was driving down into the 43.
Yeah, well, and I'm going to tell you that, hey, the Butcher is as skilled enough of a driver that he can put a hurt on you without hurting himself, and I think that's what he's doing, is giving his teammates an opportunity to chase up and do something with this front pack.
Well, he definitely gave them a big gap, and good on Lataro for breaking that up. Steve, I don't have a clue. I have no answer. But now, Octavio, Nick Seams, and Jose Godino all nose to tail. They are still single file. The group ahead is still battling side by side. They're 4.5 seconds back, but they definitely have an opportunity. And Rocky Boyd just bounced off Lataro again. Rocky's starting to blink a little bit back here. There's really no sense in Rocky doing this at all at this point in the race, but it's definitely a shock.
Looks like it's become a little bit personal with my driver and that dude.
Lataro is off track. Something just happened. We'll see if we can get a replay of this one. Down the back straightaway, you see Rocky just drives down into Lataro. Hopefully Aaron saw that. Wow.
Yeah, well, if Aaron didn't, we did, and I'm the owner of that 43 car, so I'll probably be having a discussion here after the race.
I can imagine so. Meanwhile, that lead 4 are still battling. Jose Godino, Nick Seams, and Octavio Rondoletto losing ground. They're still battling as well. This looks like we're coming down to 6 laps to go. This may be a 4-car battle for the win unless something drastic changes here.
Yeah, that front group, yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, so you got to kind of hang the hell on and do what you can.
They're definitely doing that. Zach Edwards trying to get the nose out ahead from the push from Brent Meckes, but Craps are down on the bottom. But Brent, just a massive push.
Yeah. You know, you called it earlier. You said he'd be the guy, and he may have put himself in a great position, because I'll tell you what, being in the lead on the last lap of this race is an uncomfortable thing beyond looking at somebody else's spoiler.
That is definitely the case. We have seen XCAL races here at Michigan come down to that last lap, and it is very, very rare that we see the leader come into the white flag is the winner in the race. 4 cars battling for the lead. Godino and crew now 6.46 seconds. Unless the caution comes out, they are out of it, and it's going to come down to these 4 drivers. Which one pulls off the win and the butt kicker here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, you got teammates on the inside of a 2x2 line, so I would have to think that they have probably some sort of advantage because they have raced together. They know how to do this. Guys on the outside, Zach, Brent, they're going to have to put something special together to get by them before this last time we cross the start-finish.
Well, Alex Crapser that time crosses ahead with a big push from Albie Hewins. Brent keeps waiting for that run to come in. He starts building the momentum, but the second you pull out, you hit that big wall of air, and if you don't have a pusher, well, you're kind of hosed.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 outside line. If you're on the inside line, and I saw it earlier, 1 car can stay inside of 3 cars, but I'll tell you what, 2 cars on the inside and 2 cars on the second and third lane, it's just not, there's just no way you can do it.
Well, coming down, it's going to be 3 to go at the line. This time it's Zach by a nose. Craps are down on the bottom, getting the push from his teammate. Brent Meckes looking for the run on Zach, looks to the high side. This is where Albie and Alex have been in concert all night long. Those 2 have got it figured out and definitely know how to work together.
Oh, no doubt. You can just watch them drive all the way around the track, how organized they are with each other versus, Zach and Brent, who, don't have that experience together. So, yeah, like I said, this is going to get down, and they're going to time it out right. Just playing the game right now.
Well, they're coming down. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go in the All-Star event, and it comes down to 4 drivers. Zach Edwards, Alex Crapser, Brent Meckes, and Albie Hewins. Rocky Boyd appears to... Caution is out!
Oh, no. Wow, this is going to change a bunch.
Rocky Boyd brings out the caution. What the heck happened back here? I have to think, based on what I just saw, I have to wonder if he made an intentional move to bring that caution out.
Yeah, that looks kind of that way.
I mean, let's hear...
My tire blew.
Let's hear your thoughts in the comments on this. Was this accidental or was this an intentional move to bring out a caution? And I do not remember which team he is working with, Rocky is working with tonight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either, but, he's been really a pain in everybody's, on everybody's spoiler all evening.
Well,
and that's the nicest way I could probably put it.
Well, I have to say, this puts Jose Godino, Octavio Rondoletto, Nick Seams, Lataro back in the fight, and we are getting a green-white checkered finish here in Michigan.
Oh, my goodness. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to go grab a beer and be right back.
All right, buddy. Have to agree with all the comments. Oh, he makes a valid point. Kevin makes a good point. Let's see if we can get that angle from the front of the car. Oh, yeah, you are absolutely right. He turns it both ways. Yep, as he comes across the bump, he starts turning it. I'm not sure who paid Boyd off tonight, but wow. I'd imagine Aaron Hillebush is probably going to have his hands full after tonight reviewing the replay of this All-Star event.
All right, so now where are we lined up?
Well, I will say, while you were away, we did look, and it is painfully obvious that Rocky Boyd sent himself into the wall there.
Well, I see he's also removed, which probably should actually happen in stage 1. So let's just call it delayed enjoyment.
Well, it's going to be a green-white checkered in an all-star event. We knew this was a possibility coming into the night, but man, it's about to get it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, you can kind of throw some of the teammate stuff out, but especially because you're going to line up with only 2 laps to go. It takes 2 laps to get up to speed, so this is going to be interesting.
This may come down to who gets through the gears fastest. I think if you're Alex Crapser, you're safe. I think Albie's going to stick with you on your back bumper. He's extremely loyal and always willing to help a teammate out. But, man, everybody else has no help, no love out there.
Well, we got the 20, the 43, and the 454 out there, so there's 2 sets of 3 teammates. Yeah, this could get a little bit wild here with the 2 to go.
A single green-white checkered available for tonight if the caution comes back out. It is over, and it looks like we are getting a single file restart here.
Oh, this should make it even more exciting because look how they're lined up with each other. I can see some cars back there that probably have a good shot of if it don't go 3 wide, because you got Zach broke up with who was helping him. Wow, this thing's going to jam up pretty good in the last 2 laps.
Well, I will say, you got that 3-car group at the back. Jose Gaudino, Octavio Rondoletto, and Lautaro. Those 3 drivers likely have the best advantage here as a team because they will start back there. They will get to build up that draft, and they have the 3 of them working together. It's time to answer all the questions. Here we go. Pace car is in. The final restart here at Michigan. And here we go. Oh, wait a minute. They delayed it.
Oh, just a little bit more drama. Yeah, they weren't single file at all, so they must have got the call a little bit earlier than we heard or noticed.
Well, they delayed it, and yeah, they were not single file. Looks like Aaron got it squared away. Might just be a single lap extension here to get everybody squared away side by side.
Yeah, I just see where Aaron threw the change into double file.
That would explain the delay, so we'll have a 1-lap delay, and we should go back green this time. Lights still off on the pace truck. So Zach Edwards and Alex Crapser will restart side by side. Brim Meckes, Albie Hewins behind, Nick Seams, Jose Gaudino on the 3rd row, Octavio Rondoletto, Lautaro Lamperti on the 4th row.
Zach's got his buddy behind him. Again, here we go.
Zach's got his buddy, and you've got a 3-car team at the back that is definitely going to have a draft advantage here. And, of course, Nick Seams still back there. Brent Mecca still back there.
Yeah, this could get messy with 2 to go. I'm telling you, with those teammates to find the right line together, they could probably do something, because I think it's going to get hot and heavy at the very front.
Oh, it definitely is. Here we go. The final restart. Green flag is in the air. 2 to go at the line. They come up to speed down to, the first one drops out low. Looks like that is Octavio Rondoletto quickly to the bottom. He's starting to make his way forward. Lataro dropping to the bottom to help.
Yeah, they're mixing their lines up. So, yeah, let's see who can get paired up and get this thing done.
Well, Crapser up top still has Albie with the push. Zach
that center line, there they go. I'll tell you what, that may have been the winning move right there.
Brent Mecca slides up through the turn, almost gets into Alex Crapser there. They are going to squeeze it at the front. White flag is in the... they're wrecking up front. Several cars come through. Octavio to the lead.
Wow, this is crazy.
And it is going to come down to a 4-car battle. Nick Seams there at the tail end. Zach Edwards, who won the first 2 stages. And Octavio has Lataro behind him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We talked about what was going on, and I'll tell you what, when the teammates got together, they were able to do something. And they're going to race each other to the line.
Lataro drops to the bottom. Here we go. It's going to be a team drag race down the front straightaway. Checkers in the air. They're going to bang doors. And at the line, it is Octavio Rondoletto.
Woo! I'll tell you what, that was something. Confusing. There could be some mad people in this deal, and but I'll tell you what, to get down to the end of it and have a shot, then I'll tell you what, that's all that matters.
It definitely was. Let's take a look at back behind as they came to the white flag. Jose Godino up on the high side. There were 3 wide back here.
Yeah, they just started getting into each other, got to that outside wall together.
Yeah, they did. Crapser gets sent way up the wall, collects Albie along the way. Brent Meckus gets caught. Godino gets caught. And a few drivers just managed to slip through, including Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti, and Zach Edwards. Your top 3 here tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a race there at the end. It kind of sucks for the ones that were on the backside of all that, but not, like I said before, man, getting to the end of it and having a shot is what really counts. And congratulations to everybody, and especially the top 3.
Man, you talk about an all-star race. They gave us an all-star finish. Look at Zach Edwards' car to finish 3rd. That banged up is really impressive. Lataro comes home 2nd. He's got significant damage. And Rondoletto, with that win, his car ain't exactly clean. I mean, they all were in one heck of a fight all night.
I'll tell you what, did anybody have a clean car at the end? All I saw was a bunch of people banging into each other, so I'm sure they're all throwing them in the hollers, dented up.
I think Brent Meckus had a clean car right up until the last lap. I was looking at it under that final caution. That car still looked clean as could be, but man, just couldn't get her done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's an all-star race, and we brought out the all-stars, and they put on an all-star show tonight. So, I mean, notwithstanding that, well, I mean, I will say this: I did have a car coming second, coming sixth in this race, so I'm pretty happy with that.
And it actually looks like our top three, our top three have disappeared. May not be available for interview here. We'll give them another minute or two, but another week of points racing comes back next week for XCAL. And what track are we at next week, Gerald?
We are going to Rockingham, and I will be actually Flaming Karma Racing will have a new driver next week, so I'm pretty excited to see how that works out.
Who is the new driver for Flaming Karma next week?
Very great racer I race with in BRR. His name's Ray Hillhouse.
Oh boy, Ray Hillhouse always brings the heat. He's going to be a tough one. I gotta say, it's going to be a great race.
Oh, I expect that it will be. Actually, I gave him. We had a pretty hot setup last time we were at Rockingham, and he's had the setup in his hands for a few weeks, and I'm sure he's been out playing with it, tuning it into his own liking.
Well, does not look like we're going to get to talk to our all-star tonight, but man, Gerald, thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. This has been an awesome all-star event.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Thank you for having me aboard. First experience actually kind of doing this as actually part of the broadcast, and that was exciting. It was fun working with you. We've known each other for quite a while, so you made it pretty easy for me.
Well, buddy, I'm glad to have you. You're always welcome, and man, a great job tonight. Thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. Hope you guys had just as much fun as we did. An awesome night for the XCAL All Star event. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Nowski Nation 87s. Have a great night, everybody.